It's time to watch some YouTube.
So, if you like this video, please feel free to smash that like button as well as really grab hold and squeeze that subscribe button.
I think not. Who's that? Hey, aren't you the Lego guy? Why are you at my house?
Well, my name is Jay from the Breakfast Apes, and I was in the neighborhood. I noticed you were watching our video, but you didn't like and subscribe, and just wanted to know, is it something like, do you not like Jurassic Park Legos? Do you not like Lego Star Wars? Because we have a lot of Lego Star Wars. Or what about Lego Disney? Because we got some Lego Disney coming up, and like, is there something I can do to just speed this process up?
No,
you know,
that's okay. Have a good day. Bye! What a freaking weirdo. What was that? No. Oh my god!
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. My name is Jay, and welcome to the Breakfast Apes, a place where any time is a good time to have some breakfast. And, more importantly, another episode of Ass, Pass, or Gas. Now, a couple weeks ago, we took a look at one of the 30th anniversary Jurassic Park Lego sets, and although I gave it a pass, it's still a set that I like, and I'm still very excited to go ahead and take a look at another one of those sets. We have quite a few of them left to go, so let's go ahead and see which one we got today, right? So today we're going to be looking at the Brachiosaurus Discovery set. Now this is one I'm really excited to get my hands on. This is set number 76960. This set is also a part of the 30th anniversary Jurassic Park sets. It came out around the same time on June 1st, 2023. This set is approximately 512 pieces, so I'm guessing anywhere between an hour and an hour and a half to put this together. This set retails for about $80 USD, and you can find it really at any major retailer that also sells Legos. I've seen it at our local Kroger, I've seen it at Dillard's, I've seen it at Target, Amazon, Lego Store, Lego.com, Meijer. But really, just about anywhere that's going to have your Lego sets that are kind of still in circulation, you're probably going to find this set. And this one I'm really excited to go ahead and get into because we got some new characters here. This one comes with Dr. Alan Grant, Dr. Ellie Sattler, and John Hammond, and also a Brachiosaurus. So that's pretty cool. So the last set had some nice characters, but I did give it a pass. So I'm excited to see what our final verdict is going to be on this set right here. So let's go ahead and dig into this bad boy, and I'll see you all back in a minute. So that was actually quite an extensive build there. So with it being about roughly 500, a little over 500 pieces, that actually took me about an hour to an hour and 10/15 minutes. That was actually quite an extensive build for what I was expecting. I was kind of right on the money there with how long it was going to take, but I wasn't expecting it to be as tricky or intricate as it was. And that's really thankfully in part to this tree right here. This tree was kind of crazy. It had a lot of interesting building techniques going on. I honestly wasn't sure how this thing was going to turn out. Like, yeah, I've seen it on the box, but when I was putting bits and pieces together, I was like, what the f is going on with this thing? It is crazy. But overall, first impressions, this was a really fun and interesting build. Now, the tree itself is where you're going to spend most of your time. The car did not take very long at all. The Brachiosaurus, it has the neck, tail, and head, so very quick. The characters, that takes you about 5 seconds to do. But the tree itself is where we're going to spend most of your time. And the tree was actually a really fun build. It was really cool seeing it build all the way to the top. At first, I was like, man, why does this seem so small? Because a lot of the pieces go into like the base trunk piece here. So I was like, wow, this is going to be like kind of small, and it needs to be like the same size, if not taller than the Brachiosaur, right? If they're going to be movie accurate. But thankfully, it does end up taller than the Brachiosaur, even if its neck is standing all the way up. It is taller. Now, if it leans up, it's, whatever. But first impressions, very fun build. I really love this set, and I'm just going to be really giddy about it because this is probably my favorite scene from the movie. I love that scene where the Jeep drives up. Ellie and Alan have their reaction to the Brachiosaur, and we see the Brachiosaur munching on that tree. I love that scene from the movie, so this set right here already gets some bonus points for recreating that. Very iconic. Let's get into the characters themselves. So you have 3 characters, minifigure-wise, that come with the set. You get Alan, you get John Hammond, and you get Ellie. And all of them look incredible, if I'm going to be honest. So Alan, they all look really clean and pristine because, again, this is towards the beginning of the movie. So they haven't seen danger yet. The park hasn't fallen apart. They're not putting their hands into like they do in a little bit. But they all have very nice, clean prints. Unfortunately, they don't really have any like arm printing or anything like that. Ellie has some leg prints going on. John Hammond, I believe, does not have any leg prints going on. But they all look great. So John and Alan really only get one face print. Alan kind of has his ready for adventure face there, and John Hammond kind of has his sweet old man smile. Ellie, since she does have a full hair piece on, she does get 2 face prints here. She gets a shocked, oh my god, I'm seeing a dinosaur face, and then she also has her neutral smile face. Because if we think back to the set we did a couple weeks ago, the Triceratops research set, we did get another Ellie figure in that set, but what's really nice is that this is a clean, pristine Ellie. Her shirt is clean, there's no dirt on it, and she does have a different face print. So this one kind of has a shocked, oh my god face and neutral smile face, where the other one has a slightly different neutral smile, and then it also has like the kind of like, oh, like kind of a disgusted face. And then the printing on her clothes is dirty because she's been on the island for a bit, and it comes with the big pile of so she's digging into the so that one, it's nice that they're differentiating the figures because you do get a couple of repeats. So that was nice that we have a different Ellie. Alan, this is the first set that I've opened so far that has Alan in it. I do believe the other set that he comes in, he has a different print. He has a hairpiece instead of his hat. And then his shirt is different. And John Hammond, I believe this is the only set that John Hammond comes in. So it's nice to just see him in general. And then we have the Brachiosaur. And I'll start off with one of the very few negative things I have about this set. The thing that I do not like about the Brachiosaur is the fact that its legs do not move. It is a stationary mold, so that means that the front legs and the back legs do not move at all. The tail does kind of twist around. The neck does go up and down. It goes side to side. And then the head can tilt up and down, and the jaw and / mouth opens up, which is nice, but I really wish this was a fully articulated figure, meaning that I could move the legs and stuff like the Triceratops, like the Raptor, like the T-Rex, where you can move their legs, move their arms, and move their mouth. So I wish they would have done that with the Brachiosaur. It feels honestly a little bit lazy to me because they easily could have done it. Other than like the neck piece itself, this is honestly not that much bigger than a Triceratops. So I think that they totally should have been able to do it. But that aside, it is a beautiful figure, beautiful mold. I love the coloring on it. I love that you can open the mouth if I can get my nail in. There we go. If I can get my nail in there. I do like that you can open the mouth. You can articulate the head and the neck. The tail does move a little bit. So I do like that it at least does that. But yeah, that's really like the only negative thing I have to say about this figure is that the legs don't move. And then moving on to the final piece of the puzzle, we do have the Jeep Wrangler here, and I just adore this thing. So, fun fact about me, the Jeep Wrangler, the 1993 Jeep Wrangler is actually my kind of like dream car. I would love to have like this exact car. Not the Lego version, but the real version. The Sahara beige with the stickers and the coloring and everything. I would love to have that car in real life. So, you know, just more brownie points for this set because I love this thing. And it just translated so well into the Lego form. It's a little bit fatter than the Ford Explorer from the Triceratops set, but it is shorter. You can fit 3 minifigures into this if you really tried. The front seat can definitely fit, it's going to be tight, but you can fit 2 minifigures in there. You could fit 1 in the back. You could probably fit 4 minifigures if I'm being honest. 2 in the front, 1 in kind of like the back / middle seat, and then you can have 1 kind of standing / sitting off to like the back here. And then if you really wanted, you could put even more onto the side. So it's got plenty of room for minifigures, but to like reenact scenes from the movie, definitely can fit, you know, 3 or more figures into / onto this vehicle. And what's cool is they do make it easy for characters to get in and out. One of the things I didn't care too much about the Ford Explorer was the doors didn't come off, so you kind of had to like take the roof off or take the doors off to put figures inside the car. With this one, it's really easy because these are kind of like on a hinge, so you can kind of take the bars and just bend them back, and then you can put the minifigures in there. So that's really nice. And then you can totally just quickly take these pieces off if you don't even want the roll cage on top of it. But it's a beautiful translation. I love this very much. So it's already brown nosing me a little bit, and it's definitely going to affect the score. But we'll get into that in a minute. The wheels feel really nice, a nice rubbery texture. Honestly, I think this is just a better overall build than the Ford Explorer itself. It's just a really nice, really solid car. And I don't feel like this is going to fall apart if I drop it. Proven wrong, but you know, there's only a few flimsy pieces on it. Like the roll cage is only held on by those hinges, so that can pop off really easy. But other than that, not a whole lot else fell off there, and there's not really much that I'm worried about falling off with this. So to continue on with the car, if you actually look around it, it does have stickers on it, as well as the tree itself, which was really cool. Just overall, this set is just spilling with detail, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was expecting to give it 1 rating at the end of this video, taking into consideration the last set. But then I started to see the more detail and started finishing the build. Alright, so we've taken a look at the build details, first impressions, the figures themselves, the car, the details, everything. We've looked at it all. So we're going to start winding down this video with my favorite part, which is the scientific tests. So here, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to blow all these figures, as well as give them a nice good licking, good tasting to see if they pass my qualifications for quality plastic. So here's a disclaimer. Do not eat these. I am a professional man-child, so I'm going to do this so you don't have to. Capiche? Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and start off with the taste test. Starting off with my favorite test, the taste test, we have Ellie Sattler here, and she's looking a lot cleaner than her previous rendition. Let's pop her in, and you know what? First impression, tastes pretty good. Overall, I'd give her a solid pass on this one. Next, we have Alan Grant, definitely my favorite to taste out of the bunch. Now, I'm not sure how to describe this, but how would you say playing with your taste buds? Because that's how exactly it would taste, so we'll leave it at that. Finally, we have, out of the minifigure bunch, John Hammond, the old geezer himself. Give him a little kiss. He's so cute. Give him a taste, and he tastes a little dusty, a little bit old, but more like a finely aged cheese. Pretty interesting. And the Brachiosaurus. Now, this one came on pretty strong, but you know what? I flattered it a bit, and it tasted, like fried alligator, if I'm going to be honest. Something like that. Just a nice, interesting taste all around. Moving right along to the wind tunnel test, Ellie Sattler right off the bat falls, and Alan Grant is not far behind her. But with this next one of the last of our minifigures, John Hammond, I'll let you guess. Do you think he's going to stand up? No, he doesn't. He falls. But the Jeep is pretty interesting because the Jeep actually withstand 3 hard blows from me, and I'm a professional blower, ladies and gentlemen. The Brachiosaur, just like its real-life counterpart, stood fat and tall and did not budge after that first one. And the tree, it started to move a little bit, but this thing would not budge. I really started to see stars and started to faint a little bit because I was blowing as hard as I could. And there you have it. We have the scientific test. You've seen me put it together, and we've given them a good tasting and a good blowing, and we have our verdicts on that. So now it's time to get the final overall verdict for this set. Now, this is going to have kind of a caveat to it. I'm actually going to give it 2 ratings. One is my personal rating, what I am going to rate this out of my satisfaction with the set, and one is going to be a kind of general consumer rating off of it, because I initially gave it 1, but then I thought about it a little bit, and I could see some arguments being made. So I'm going to give it 2, but for the simplicity of the video, I'm only really going to focus on 1, but I will mention the other. That makes sense? To start and keep things simple, we are going to go ahead and start with the general consumer rating, something that I think some people will have issue with. So last time we took a look at the Triceratops research set, I actually gave that set a pass, mainly because it was a $50 set, but it had the exact same number of pieces as a cheaper set, and the main difference between the two was that that one came with a dinosaur. So I'm kind of comparing a Star Wars ship set that came with 3 minifigures, and then the Jurassic Park Triceratops set came with 2 minifigures and a dinosaur. So they're basically justifying that it's an extra like $20 just for that dinosaur itself. Now I know these are not cheap molds to like print and put in the box and whatnot, but that was just a little ridiculous to me. So I think they're still kind of going off of that with this set. This set is an $80 set, which the general consumer I could see maybe shying away from that, because when you look at it at first glance, you get a tree, you get a dinosaur, and you get a car. So most people that may not be super interested in Jurassic Park and are more so just looking for a unique Lego set are going to shy away from that. So if you're going into it with that mindset, you're not a big Jurassic Park fan, and you're just looking for an interesting set, I'm going to give this one a pass for general consumers. But now we're going to get into my overall personal rating for this. So I'm going to make this short, sweet, and to the point. If you are a Jurassic Park fan, it's a gas. That's right. So if you're a Jurassic Park fan, this is an absolute gas. Make sure you have gas in your car and go out and get the set, because it's great. The tree is actually a really fun and unique build that I haven't seen like at all before. There were some pieces in this tree that I didn't even know Lego had. So it was really cool to see this come together, and it blends really well with the set itself. If you're making it as a display piece or a play set, you can recreate scenes in the movie with everything in here, so that is really nice. So the Jurassic Park fan and kid inside of me just really loves this set. I love the attention to detail, and just overall, it's fantastic. So Jurassic Park fan, go out and get this set right now before it's gone. General consumer, maybe wait a little bit, see if it goes on sale. Maybe like $60 would be a good price point, maybe even $70, but general consumer, $80 might be a little too high for those people. But Jurassic Park fans, go get the set. I think the money is worth it in that point, just to get the set as soon as possible, because it might be a little bit hard to find with these kind of anniversary special sets. So, and there you have it. Those are my overall thoughts and opinions on this set, the Brachiosaurus Discovery set. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it, and if you'd feel so kind, as well as want to avoid ending up like the viewer at the beginning of this video, please drop a like, as well as comment what you'd like to see next. We have tons of sets on back order, and backlog, whatever you want to call it. We have tons of sets that are coming up, so let us know what you want to see next, and we could push those up to the front of the list. As well as, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because then that'll let you see anything we have coming up. And here's another tip for you, or hint. We have lots of stuff coming up, and it's not just Lego videos. We got some really interesting projects coming up in the future, and I'm so excited about those. But can't say much about them right now, but I'm just going to tell you, hit that subscribe button, and you're not going to be disappointed, I promise you. My name is Jay, you've been watching The Breakfast Apes, and until we see you next time, feel free to monkey around. Just take care of yourself while you're doing it. Bye-bye now.